Joined now by a new national to the team. And before we get things too far into it, as most will know, I'm very particular on proper pronunciation of names. Now, Elliston, I get, but I know some guys like Mike, some guys like Michael. I know there's probably like an Ellie nickname and everything in there as well, but proper pronunciation of the first name. Do you prefer Mike or do you prefer Michael?
It doesn't matter to me, but my mom's more of a Michael. She likes when people call me Michael, so I usually
So,
stick with that.
well, as I always say, the last person I want to upset is a mom, a grandma, a dad, an aunt and uncle, all those people. So we'll just go with Michael for now. And
Or,
more than likely, when we're calling games, it'll end up becoming Mike at some point. So first things first, man, take us through, your decision here to join the Nationals and kind of what this time has been like and how excited you are to kind of take this next step.
yeah, I'm super excited to be part of the Nationals now. Great organization. I've heard great things about them. They're a winning organization, and I'd like to be a part of that.
Now, for you, I know you've spent a little bit of time in the league, sort of thing. You've played a few games, in Strathroy and that kind of thing. What have you kind of, what is your impressions of the GOJHL and kind of this kind of level of hockey sort of thing as compared to, playing in the Junior Knights organization and that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's all about speed. You got to be able to think faster, move faster, make quick decisions. With the Knights, you have a little bit more time to figure out what you're going to do and when you're going to do it. And I think you just lose a lot of space when it comes to the GOJHL.
Take us through the last kind of few years of hockey for you. I know, you're a little bit with the Junior Sting, then you moved to the Junior Knights sort of thing. Take us through what these last few years have been like and kind of, how those seasons have gone.
Yeah, I went over to the Sting to make the jump to AAA, get used to the speed. Then I came back to London, and from there just tried to put up points and get noticed and make the jump to Junior B.
Now, last season, looking at it kind of a point per game pace sort of thing, is that kind of, are you one of those guys who likes to, pick it up and maybe take us through your style to the game? Because obviously, I was been joking with some of the other new additions. This day and age, the traditional, old school way of, certain people having certain roles. You have forwards that are playing like defensemen. You've got defensemen who think they're forwards and sometimes forget they're defensemen. But we won't pick on them too much. But take us through your style to the game.
I like to be offensive, like a playmaking type. Look for the pass, but if I have the shot, I'll take it for sure. Try to stay around point per game, help out the team, and hopefully get the wins every game.
Now, making the move to London, sort of thing. What was the draw there? Because I know for some guys, especially in this area, there's a few teams around. I'm sure lots of interest, sort of thing. What made you kind of decide, that the Nationals was the way you wanted to go?
Uh, just great things. All I've heard is great things. Not too much you can say bad about the Nats. And I've had a couple buddies play here, and they've always told me best spot to play. They treat you like an OHL team. It's great atmosphere, and they like to win.
Now, being the local guy, I'm sure you've been on that Olympic size pad a few times. Obviously, what are those big differences, or do people make too big of a deal out of the fact that the ice surface is bigger, or as that playmaking guy, do you enjoy that little bit of extra space?
Yeah, I like the big ice. Gives you more time. You can get your head up, see what's open, and make the easy plays. And I can use my speed to make things happen and get open and create chances.
Obviously, the last season you mentioned, we talked about a point per game guy. You get into the playoffs, same thing, sort of thing. What was working for you last year, or was it that motivation sort of factor of kind of knowing that you wanted to make that jump to the next level, kind of this coming year?
Yeah, you never know who's watching, and you want to go out there every game and impress whoever's there to see you or whoever's there to watch other players, and maybe you catch their eye. And I felt like I was able to do that last year by putting up points.
And you mentioned, obviously, you mentioned you had friends who have played either with the team sort of thing before. Who are those guys that you're gonna maybe either be joining, or maybe they're the ones that are gonna be sending you text messages and stuff when game time comes around to kind of say, hey, you did this right. Maybe you need to change that. And we all know that those chirps go around a little bit. But who are those guys that are kind of in your ear a little bit?
Yeah, I know a couple guys on the team right now, but a big guy is George Diaco. Played there 2 years ago, and he's always been telling me how great it was and like giving me tips on what I could do, and he's always there to watch me.
And then just finally, what's the summer been like? I know for everybody it's a little bit different with everything that's been going on, but as far as training and kind of what your plans are for the rest of the summer to kind of get ready for whenever hockey starts in the fall.
Yeah, I've been on a workout plan and eating plan and been running every day and putting in work and working it with George again because he's made that jump to the OHL now and he's able to teach me some things that I could use in junior B.
He was definitely a shifty forward that surprised a bunch of guys, and I know he kind of liked that spot, didn't he?
Yeah, he's always like that.
And just kind of finally, I know coming into the team, some guys it takes some time to find the role, sort of thing. But what are you kind of foreseeing your spot with the group, and or is it just kind of come in and see where you fit, and then kind of go from there?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna come in and see where I fit in, and then from there try and get up to one of the top roles and help the team put up points and win.
And you mentioned off the top, we talked about the fact that mom prefers Michael. The being in a local area and being a local guy, sort of thing. How much you looking forward to the fact that come Wednesday night there will be, I'm sure, a pretty good crop of mom, dad, and family members coming out to watch.
Yeah, that'll be great. Being able to look up in the stands and see them there supporting me that'd be awesome.
Alrighty, appreciate a few minutes of your time, and we're looking forward to seeing you come the fall.
All right, no problem. Thank you.